Hello, beautiful people. This is Dr. Dain. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. What a great pleasure it is to be with you. Guess where I am? My lounge room. Now, if you're living in the United States, you probably don't say lounge room. Guess what? Neither did I. But I work with so many people around the world and they say lounge room. I'm like, it's my living room. They're like, your lounge room. I'm like, it's my living room. And living, except, let's face it, most people live somewhere other than their living room most of the time anyway. But, so what is the tool for today? So many, okay? I've been interacting with a lot of people, as you might imagine, in this time of Corona, and doing my best to give them tools to see what's actually true for them, to actually get to the lightness they can have, even while all this stuff is going on around the world. What would it be like for you to be able to get to the lightness you could have even with all this stuff going on around the world? So, so one of the things that I'll give you that hopefully will help is there's something that we found in Access a long time ago that has helped me personally just immensely. And it's called a truth with a lie attached. What? Well, like, let's say you're researching articles on Corona or the stuff about what causes it, and, you know, and it's 5G and it's this and this and this. And what happens is, as the seeker that you are, as the humanoid that you are, what happens is you're keenly aware of energy. And so if you've ever had that experience of reading an article or watching a video or listening to somebody talk or having a conversation, and you go away just kind of heavy and sort of stuck and kind of like, but at the same time, it feels like it just keeps playing in your head, like it just won't go away. That's when you have a truth with a lie attached. And what happens is when you remember, what's true for you always makes you lighter. A lie for you always makes you heavier. And so when you have what's true, which is light, and you attach a lie, which is heavy, it sort of sticks, and it's like this off-balance thing that just wobbles into your world and out of your world, and I should say actually through your world continuously. So if you're reading an article, for example, maybe you started reading it because there was some part of it that made you feel lighter, and you're like, ooh, I want to check this out. And then what happens is, so you have one light part, and then you'll get a heavy part, and then another heavy part, and then maybe another light part, and then another heavy part. And what happens is, as this person you are, you keep reading to try to get to making every part of it light, except if it's true plus a lie, you can't get to lightness, because the lie always has an element of heaviness to it. So basically, anytime your attention gets stuck on something, you have a truth with a lie attached, okay? And so what you ask is, what part of this is true, which always makes you lighter, and then what part of this is a lie, spoken or unspoken, because many of the lies that are in things are unspoken. So for example, other people's conclusions, other people's judgments are a lie for you. Well, actually, a conclusion and a judgment is always a lie for an infinite being. But when they put them on you, it becomes something that makes your world really heavy if you buy it as yours. And so I wanted to give you that so that you can have a way of picking apart some of this really sticky stuff. Like if you're reading about the different conspiracy theories and different things, and just because I say it's a conspiracy theory doesn't mean it's not necessarily true, but it also doesn't mean that it is necessarily true. And more than likely, part of it is true and part of it is a lie. What if you could pull it apart and not have to buy the whole package? So everywhere you've been trying to buy the whole package of any story you've been told, or any reason and justification for what's going on, or any explanation for it, or anybody's point of view, will you destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what you want to ask is, once again, what part is true? What part is a lie, spoken or unspoken? The other thing you want to do is, when you notice yourself going down a deep, dark rabbit hole, stop. Like if it's a video you're watching, stop watching it. Go to something with kitties playing or something. They still have all kinds of that stuff on YouTube. Go to something that actually makes you lighter. And what I would also suggest is, do things on a daily basis, like watch movies that make you lighter, listen to music that makes you lighter, go for a run, Get your body moving. That makes you lighter. It's like choose things that make you lighter and recognize that you know. And you are brilliant in your knowing. And one of the other things, which I've touched on many times before, is choosing to be interesting point of view. I have this point of view, rather than the positive and the negative that we choose. Like if somebody goes, we're all gonna die. Well, positive polarity of that is alignment and agreement. Oh my God, you're right, we're gonna die. The negative point of view about that is, and you have to buy the positive before you even get to the negative, which is the negative is resistance and reaction. The positive is alignment and agreement, okay? Where you go, yeah, we're gonna die. The negative point of view is, we're not gonna die, shut up, you're a jerk. Or whatever you do to try to react to it and separate from it. Well, here's your third choice. Wow, interesting point of view, you have this point of view. And then you could say something like, what makes you say that? Based on what information? Notice when you be that, you're not all in the trauma and drama, you're not all up in that business, and you're just there present. You haven't lost you in any way. So if you choose to be interesting point of view, life gets a lot easier, especially right now. If you put these things together that I've been talking about, things get a lot easier and it becomes a lot easier to navigate reality. So, hopefully this has been a contribution to you. I am very grateful for you watching and listening. And I very much look forward to the time where I will actually get to see you in person someday. And, what if as we do return to actually being able to leave our houses and interact with each other and hopefully end social distancing, I hope, what if we maintain that sense and awareness of the gift this has been to Earth in so many ways as we have slowed down? The fact that they have clear canals in Venice, the fact that animals are in cities all around the world where they've never been seen before since civilization moved them out. Children in China seeing blue sky, pollution disappearing over Los Angeles. And the sea turtles in India. Because of no people, the sea turtles have been able to go up there and nest. And there's something like 60 million sea turtle eggs. It's just friggin' amazing. So what if we could actually put in our request energetically for maybe not returning to old normal? What is a new reality beyond this that we could choose? What is a new type of future and a new way of being in the world? And a new way of being with each other? Because let's face it, there are a lot of ways in which this has been a gift, because we've all been, quote unquote, sharing a common experience. See, for me, I've always seen that we had a common experience. We all live on this planet together. That's the common experience, and yet we see we're different based on country, language, color, religion, sex, money, blah, 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 blah. Those are all of our differences. How does it get any better than that? And what if we didn't have to be wrong for that anymore? What if we could allow this difference that is showing up now to show us that we have far more in common than we have apart? So, my beautiful friends, I truly do look forward to seeing you in person someday. And as I've said many times before, what if you truly being you, living is an interesting point of view, knowing what's true, getting to the lightness of you and being able to have more and more and more of that are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires. And there will be a bunch of links probably for different things that I've done as resources to contribute to people. If you're inspired to do that, please go check them out, because I created them for you. And there's a couple things I've done that have been really, really helpful for the people that took them. Like this 14-day thing that just ended, even though it hasn't really ended. And I did something like 20 videos for those folks. And there's so much in there that will contribute. So if you're down to check out any of it, please do. And see you soon. Bye.